Today's lesson is a continuation of the day before. Um, we're going to be focused on solving problems about arrays today, one-step word problems and using array models to get them solved. So here's our word problem. A clothing store uses stacking crates for storing jeans. The manager orders 42 crates. 6 crates will fit in one row along the wall. How many rows of crates will there be? So we can look at a picture, a drawing to show and help us solve problems about arrays. If we use an array, we can show a row of 6 and then add rows of 6 until we get to 42. So what they did was started down here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then added 6 rows, counting up until you got to 42. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42. We can also use words to show and solve problems about arrays. If we make notes about the problem, we could pull out the important information that there were 42 crates in all, that there were 6 crates in each row, but this is the part that is unknown that we're not given. We might know the answer in our head, like I was saying on the previous video, but that's a missing piece to the puzzle. It was not given to us here in this word problem. We were given the 42 crates total and the 6 crates in each row. But the question we're being asked is how many rows. So that's the unknown. We can look at using multiplication or division to find the number of rows. We can ask ourselves 6 times what equals 42? Or 42 crates put into 6 in each row will give us how many rows? So we're going to do this again, break it down and look at each piece of the puzzle. I like word problems, math word problems. That's exactly what they are puzzle pieces. What do the numbers in the problem stand for? It's just what we said on the previous slide. 24 stands for the total. The total number of crates. 6 is how many crates will go in each row. And then what is the unknown number in the problem? What is that we're looking for, the missing puzzle piece? What we don't know is how many rows that 42, excuse me, I wrote that wrong up here, that 42 crates will, putting them in 6 in a row will give us. How many rows? That's the question you're being asked. So if we use the letter R to stand for the unknown number, if we write a division equation that can be used to solve the problem, we saw that a couple of slides ago when it was saying we could use division. If we say 42 put into rows of 6 will give us how many rows? Or we could say, look at it as if I take 42 and put it into, I don't know how many rows, and there's 6 in each row, that's what that would look like. It depends on which way you're looking at each of these pieces of the division problem, and you can flip those. A related multiplication equation is if I have 6 crates in a row, I don't know how many rows. I'm not given that in the problem. Or I could say how many rows, if I put 6 in each row, will give me 42. So if we flip-flop all of those. There's different ways we can explain the problem. If you just know the missing part of these number sentences up here, you can do it that way. If we're going to make an array, we would put 6 in a row like they showed us on that first slide. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. So if you didn't know that fact, you could always draw an array with the pieces that you were given and come up with there were 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rows that can be made out of 42 crates. Explain how you can use an array to solve this problem. There are 24 crayons in a box. There are 8 crayons in each row. How many rows of crayons are there? Pause the video and think about what the answer to this would be, and then come check back with me. So because there's 24 crayons in the box, that's my total, and there are 8 crayons in each row. How many rows of crayons are there? Well, if I put 8 crayons in each row, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and count up to 24, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, I can see that there will be 3 rows. And then if I know my multiplication facts, I can verify, yes, because 3 times 8 is 24. If you will pause the video and work out both of these problems, what the skill that we're honing in on with this lesson today is we're making arrays to solve these problems, and we're writing them as there's an unknown part to the problem when you're writing it out, and we're trying to solve for the unknown. So let's just make sure you do both of those things. Pause the video and work these out, and then check back with me to see if you got your answers right. All right, these were worked out by a couple students in class, and this is what they came up with. This student said for the garden, there were 4 rows of tomatoes with 8 plants in each row. How many tomato plants are in Grace's garden? So this student came over here and drew out 4 rows of 8 and counted up to 32. And they came over here and wrote the unknown and then showed what the unknown is, the second line. This student came over here and modeled out 4 rows and counted up to 20 and found out that there were 5 in each row. So they did an interesting thing right here and combined the number sentences, started out with a multiplication sentence, 4 times r equals 20, and then finished it out and used the product as the quotient in the division problem. That's an interesting way to write that. Here's the quick check. If you will pause the video and solve this one, pay attention to the parts. And then come check back with me. So part A says use an array to solve this problem. Pedro is sorting 45 marbles into 5 bags. You could do groups, but it's specifically asking you to do it in an array. So if we make groups of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm going to count up to 45. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. So if you make groups of 5 doing the columns, you can then go back and see, well, there are 9 right there. So that's your missing piece. Write an equation using an unknown that your array represents. Solve for the unknown. So 45 divided by 5, I don't know what the marbles is, but I discovered from drawing the array that it's 9. Or it says and equation. So you could have seen it as a division equation, or you could have seen it as a multiplication equation with one of the missing products. That's it for today's lesson. If you will now find the math practice pages 123, 124, 125, 126. There was 2 that we did after the lessons. One of these went with the days prior. We didn't finish the slides. And then the other one goes with this one right here. Please let me know if you have any questions.